Hello, this is Scarlett Reinhardt, and this is how I solved learning assessment number 2. So for these first 5 problems, I basically went through and first thought logically about which steps Java would do first, and then using the technique from the expressions video, I went one by one and rewrote the line every single time I made a calculation and ended up with the final number. And data type wise, it was basically just watching out for decimals and point zeros and things like that. Because without those, there would be no doubles, obviously. For these 5 problems, or for these first 3 at least, it was keeping track and making sure that you're doing the plus signs in order, because if this one comes first, then these two add together. But if it's added to the string first, then these values don't add together, and then they're both added to the string separately, which gives us the year. And with this one, the parentheses obviously takes priority, and so you multiply these first, and then you add them separately to the string, getting summer 2018. These ones I especially struggled with. I really had to take them slow and do each calculation one by one. And one thing that I really struggled with was automatically rounding integers, because I was using a calculator on my phone and it didn't round them, and so I originally got a different answer than when I went back and checked my work. So for problem number 3, for line number 2, it's pretty self-explanatory. A equals 5 and B equals 10. It's declared that way. And C and D have been declared, but they haven't been assigned values yet. So this plus plus variable, I had not seen that before, so I had to go and refer to the code pad and make sure I knew what it did. And what I also figured out in the code pad is that when is variable plus plus, that actually changes the value of the variable outside of this variable assignment. So A changed to 6, B changed to 11, and C was assigned the value of 17. And then a similar thing down here, minus minus. B went back down to 10, A didn't change at all, C went down to 16, and D was assigned the value of 26. Yeah. So for this last one, count equals number. So obviously you have 2 100s. So when you first print this, it's just 100, 100. And then you go down and you divide 100 by 4 and you get 25. And you go up here and you divide 100 by 10 and you get 10. And so you get 1025. And then you come back down here and you divide 25 by 4. And when you round with the integers, you get 6. And you come back up here and you divide 10 by 10, which is 1, and that's how you get 1 6. And then you come down here and you divide by 4, but that doesn't really matter, because when you come back up here and divide 1 by 10, it does technically equal 0.1, but because you're dividing two integers, it rounds down to 0, which means that it is no longer greater than 0, and so the for loop stops. And yeah, that's how you get this output.